Yo, what's going on, Team BTA? Eric back here with Bodo's Training Academy. You guys, thank you yet again for tuning into another YouTube video of mine. If you guys haven't already yet, make sure you like this video, click that subscribe button, you guys, to keep up to date with my daily videos that I post on here. Guys, in this video, I'm going to be going into full depth on my #1 strategy that I use to swing trade and or play earnings in the stock market where you can have that higher probability win rate. Let's get right into it. All right, what's going on, team? Eric back here with Bodo's Training Academy, baby. Let's freaking get it. In this video, just like I said, we're gonna be going over swing trades and how to play earnings, have that higher probability where you feel that security to be like, you know what? This is why I'm swinging my calls. This is why I'm swinging my puts. And you guys, yes, unfortunately, there is 2 ways where you can lose on earnings. It's either going flat on a stock with high IV crush, or it completely just obviously goes against you. As always, you guys, you have to understand this. Earnings is a complete lottery play, gamble play, like walking into a casino and hitting a jackpot. Really, it really is, you guys. I know a lot of people say, well, fundamentally, I make money with earnings and this and that. I'm like, okay, great. That's great for you, brother. If you can do that, right, then stick to it. You guys, I always tell people this. Don't fix don't fix what's not broken. Guys, you have to understand that. You cannot fix what's not broken. Stick to it. If something works for you, stick to it. Don't go off of it just because Houdini said this or he or she said this, right? You got to stick to your plan. Plan of entry and exit is always going to ultimately make you money in the long term. So, for example, last week, okay, we played 6 or 7 earnings last week. And honestly, I can't even remember what earnings we played. I'm gonna probably pick out a few of them. Here, let's pick out ASAN. Okay, I remember that was a banger play, you guys, for earnings. A banger play, which is massively moving towards the upside, and I'm kind of mad that I didn't hold my position for this. So we played ASAN for earnings. And again, you guys, this just goes back to technicals. You know, I strictly use technicals when it comes to playing earnings. It's not nothing more, nothing less. Okay, I use technicals, but now I like to see overextensions and you know, ones where, you know, hey, performance isn't as good. Of course, you know, I will read a little bit upon it. I'll see how expectations are, because even with technicals, you guys, you can still obviously lose. I told you guys, this is a 75% win rate if you're using the strategy. I currently hold about a 65 with my swing trades, and it's phenomenal, you guys, because majority of my swing trades run up over 100% in profits. So I'm trying to teach you guys. I want you guys to learn this, and yeah, so jot down these notes. Make sure you're writing these things down because I want you guys to learn. Ultimately, I want you guys to learn. So I'm going to turn this up, make sure you guys can hear this clear. So getting into it, you guys, why did I play ASAN calls for earnings? It was because I saw the massive move coming, right? I saw the massive move based off the indicator. So when this happened, right, it's because we simply used one indicator or a couple indicators that gave us that price action raise. Now, of course, price action is the king of the market. You guys, I never, ever tell anybody, don't trade solely off indicators. Use them as a tool to navigate your positions. I always reiterate this in any video that I ever make. And even when I'm on live on TikTok or Instagram or anything like that, I always reiterate it. So going back to the technicals of ASAN, we ended up swinging calls and we ended up holding our positions, you guys, all the way up until, guess what, baby? Yes, you got it right, up until Friday. Guys, we ended up holding ASAN calls up until Friday, almost like around this area. We closed our position for over 300% profit. Okay, our calls opened up after earnings. They opened up here about 150% up. And I told everybody, hey, I'm holding ASAN. I'm holding ASAN. I ended up selling one of my contracts here because, you guys, I don't play heavy on earnings. Okay, I was in 2 contracts. I sold one of them up here for about 200% right at the bare top because why? I saw the Fibonacci. This was a Fibonacci retracement psychological level where I saw we needed to sell some of our positions. Sold one contract, let the other one run. So I let the other one run for a few days, ended up making some good money. And you guys, look, they didn't beat earnings. They missed. They missed on earnings, you guys. They completely missed, right? So it doesn't matter, you guys. Like I said, fundamentally, it does not matter. If you're going to play the stock market, you need to be able to play the trend. The trend is your friend, and play it how it presents you. Don't listen to all these gurus and furus that tells you otherwise, because I'm telling you, they're just going to lose you ultimately a lot of money. I'm just telling you that. Okay. So yeah, we ended up playing calls on ASAN. That was a banger play. GME was one of the other positions we played for earnings, which outperformed, you guys. It outperformed. It literally outperformed. Okay. We ended up banking out, I think 70% on GameStop when they announced earnings. Here, it went to the moon, right? Same similar situation. Now, you guys, I'm going to get into my strategy very soon. But I want you guys to do first is like this video, comment down below what you guys think. What do you guys think overall? Because honestly, I only started getting good at earnings in these past couple months. I haven't been good at earnings at all. I've actually held one of the worst records for playing earnings, like 1 out of 30. And now my record on earnings is, I want to say it's like a 36 out of 47. I don't know, whatever, 47, 48 win rate. I got to look at my calendar because I write it out in my calendar. So I won 36 out of 48 of the earnings that we've played in the past 2 months, you guys, which is absolutely insane. Last week was one of the best weeks for earnings, 6 out of 7, where all of our plays ran up over 100% on earnings. Okay. So anyways, getting back into it. GameStop, right? GameStop outperformed, right? And they even missed earnings too. You guys, they missed earnings on GameStop. So it wasn't a good performance on GameStop, but I ended up holding my play, right? We ended up holding it. We sold, I think, half right here. I was holding like 2 contracts, and then we ended up swinging the rest. I told everybody, I'm swinging calls for GameStop, baby, because we're going to cash out. A new GameStop was going to run because of history, guys. Check this out. So going back to the daily. Okay, what happened here on the last earnings? What happened here on the last earnings? Kind of same similar situations, pumped up, then ran for a few extra days, and then back down, right? Same similar situation, you guys. So I told everybody, GameStop calls, hold your calls. We ended up playing it, played out right. That was a success, made a good amount of percentage. Another one we played, ZS. Now, you guys, in this one, I'm going to share my strategy, how I played earnings, or how I play earnings and how I look at them. So first off and foremost, we always want to identify any type of pattern in the market, guys. This is super crucial and very important to your trading career. You got to be able to identify price action because it's ultimately king of the freaking market, baby. That's what I always say. So right here, we identified a what? A falling wedge formation happening. So on this day, right, ZS was announcing earnings and it popped. It popped like, I don't even know, man. It popped to the freaking moon, right? Like freaking Elon Musk launching a freaking rocket ship to the freaking moon, right? So we ended up cashing out 250 to 300%, which was a massive move, right? First off and foremost, we had the CCI. So what I like to look at first, okay, this is how I approach earnings on every single play. I want to see an overextension on the CCI, right? Either at the bottom or top. If I'm playing puts, I want to see an overextension at the top. If I'm playing calls, I want to see an overextension at the bottom. So we got the overextension at the bottom, which was around minus 192. It drove. Now, for earnings, this was the perfect A-plus setup and why I played calls for it. And, shout out to Zach. I got to give him credit because he's the one ultimately that gave me the insights of, hey, play ZS calls, but of course I always want to do my own technical, analysis or due diligence whenever I play any type of stock, you guys. I always do my own due diligence. And you guys have to understand that and know that for yourselves as well. So again, I'm shouting out to Zach. He's one of my team members inside of Bodo's Trading Academy. He trades with over a $2 million account, you guys. Freaking guy's an absolute monster. The guy winning 50 calls, contracts on this, and made a massive cash out. So congratulations to him for telling me about the stock and giving me that confidence. So anyways, so CCI confirmed. CCI was churning momentum towards the upside. Now you want to let the CCI cross the bottom third line towards the upside. That gives momentum towards the upside. That gives momentum towards the upside. The reason why I repeat that, you guys, because I want you to understand this and engrave this into your freaking brains. That's why. So momentum was shifted towards the upside. MACD was starting to shift towards the upside. Stochastic slow was crossed towards the upside. Okay, from an indicator perspective point of view, we saw that this was going to give us a good probability towards the upside. Now, when you mix indicators and price action in all these, you're going to get your A+ setup. So on our A+ setup, we saw this happen. Okay, we saw a big spike. Now, this big spike gave me the indication like, okay, look, this is an Golgi Gulf candle. So not only do we have one, but we have 2, 3, 4, 5 confirmations that ZS has a high probability of going towards the upside for earnings and outperforming. Guys, we had a bullish market last week. We were in a bullish market. Okay, you don't want to go against the trend, you guys. Ultimately, you do not want to go against the trend. So guess what? Market's pushing up. The odds of something like this is going to push up as well. So again, that's my strategy, you guys, on how I play earnings and literally how I swing trade. Guys, I don't treat earnings differently than what swing trading is. The only difference between earnings and swing trading is that earnings is going to be a higher risk on the line. That's all it is. It's going to be a higher risk play because, again, even with having all these confirmations, this can literally drop to the ground, right? It could have gone against us. It's a gamble play. It's a lottery play. So you got to take precaution and make sure you trade with only money that you can afford to lose. Guys, in this video, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not someone to tell you, hey, do this. I'm giving you guys my suggestion, telling you guys exactly how I approach the stock market. Okay? Now, you guys, do your due diligence. You don't have to approach it exactly how I do it. I just do it this way because this is what I see, right? What was another stock we played? What was another earnings play we played? We played so many last week. 7 earnings. 7 freaking earnings. I know we played play. Oh, let's go over play. So that was a losing earning. We played play calls, okay, for earnings. This was actually a losing one. Okay, I lost on this one. Now, this was a very interesting one, you guys. And it really actually, it should have given me the insights to play puts. This was a very interesting one. But one thing that did get to me was the overextension. And I should have paid close attention to this, but I still played against it. I ended up playing puts on play on Dave & Buster's, and this was a losing one. Because again, you guys, I went 6 for 7 last week. And this was my losing one. So I want to show you prime example, okay? Play overextended for the day and it outperformed, right? There was an Golgi Gulf candle which actually gave me an indication, hey, play calls towards the upside. But again, it wasn't calls. It was obviously puts. It underperformed, right? And even it beat earnings, you guys. It beat by expectations and it kind of sucked because again, it didn't miss. So why did it fall? Again, manipulation at its finest, you guys. Manipulation at its finest. So first thing I should have noticed, right? Overextension on the CCI, right? This was overextended on this day, okay? MACD wasn't confirmed, right? Stochastic slow was already confirmed. So that was only one indication that showed me bullish, 2 indications that showed me bullish. So again, right there, that wasn't even the A+ setup for earnings. So that's why I lost on it. Price action was kind of nasty. I kind of came up with this ascending triangle out of my ass and really did because I didn't even properly, even properly drew this out like I should have. if I were to draw this out, it should have been a falling wedge. Or sorry, a rising wedge, not a falling wedge, a rising wedge, right? Rising wedges indicate for a bigger move towards the downside. So this one actually really screwed me, you guys, mentally, because again, I just didn't, I guess what I could say, I expected a move up and I was trying to predict the move up with going against my plan. So ultimately, this is why I lost on it. And again, I took a fair share of loss. They're all gamble plays, you guys. All of them are gamble plays. You never know where they're going to move, how they are going to move. If they flatline, you know, it's how it's going to be, right? Oracle, right? We're currently in Oracle calls. I played Oracle calls. Why did I play Oracle calls? Now, this was a big thing about Oracle where it kind of gave me that, hey, you know, play calls for earnings, because this falling wedge gave me the big indication that, hey, it might even go up. MACD was right on the pinpoint of crossing over, gave me the nice indication, but not confirmed indication that it was going to go up. Stochastic slow was confirmed. It was obviously above. It's not even overextended. CCI was overextended. So this one was kind of a little bit iffy, right? CCI was overextended because I want to see the CCI down here to ultimately play those calls for an extra confirmation. So this was maybe like a C plus, maybe B minus setup for earnings, right? This was like a C minus, I would say. Again, they didn't beat, right, for earnings. They didn't beat. I think they missed barely. I think they barely missed. Or I can't remember. Did they beat earnings? I don't know if they beat it or they barely missed, but I know their calls went good. So again, going into tomorrow's trading day, we should see kind of like a good little bit of a spike up here. Hopefully, we can get this play going, right? So we can get this play going and hopefully it can hit 79 because we do have the 77 strike prices and we have the 79. So hopefully this can be a good payout day. But you guys, that is it. That is what and how I approach earnings plays for the stock market. Guys, if you have any other questions, make sure you feel free to DM me or message me, comment down below, and make sure you guys click that link down below to come and join the Discord community. Come and join the #1 trading team out there, you guys. And yeah, let's freaking go, baby. Use BTA, capital BTA, guys, for a coupon code on the monthly or the semi-annual subscription. And let's freaking roll, baby.